So you just got into HPA. You got your tank, line, regulator, and your rifle. Maybe you even found that old school backpack that you had laying around in your closet. You can definitely get by with just this, but today I'm going to show you 9 useful accessories to add to your HPA kit. What's up guys, it's HPA Airsoft, and I make discussion, review, and gameplay videos to help you have a better time in this hobby. So if that interests you, consider subscribing. So just as a small disclaimer, some of these items won't be universal to all HPA products. Some you'll need a certain engine, some it may be like a gas gun sort of thing. So just keep that in mind. I'll make sure to mention it if one of these products isn't for universal use. And then I'll also make sure to link all these products down in the description. So the first accessory we're going to be going over is the TechSav gun grease. This is used to lube your HPA tank, your HPA engines, keep O-rings nice and lubricated. It's definitely important to keep those parts lubricated because over time things will just dry out and they won't be performing as well as if they were. So first thing on the list is the TechSav gun grease. So second accessory that I would recommend would be a higher capacity tank. So something like a 4500 carbon fiber tank. These will last you most of the day as long as you're, not like just doing a bunch of full auto games. Any 4500 tank will definitely last you a lot longer than your standard aluminum 3000 psi tank. You'll be getting 50% more air. And if you want to learn more about carbon fiber tanks, I'll have a video card up above that you can click that will take you to my review on the HK Army 68 cubic inch 4500 carbon fiber tank. So the next item I would recommend would be blue Loctite. Now, I wouldn't go with anything higher than blue Loctite because then you run the risk of not being able to unscrew your screws. But this is mostly for when you're using a mechanical engine and you have the set screws in the gearbox that you don't want to come undone. So blue Loctite will help ensure that your set screws will stay in place and so that your trigger pull setup won't be changed over time. It also helps in a lot of other airsoft applications, whether it be for your gas pistols, locking down screws, anything where you would need to keep some screws from going out of place. The next item that I would recommend would be going with a heavier weave amped line. I know a lot of people start with the standard weave. I know I did. But as you might be able to see on my line, there was a bit of fraying that happened. And so basically the heavier weave you go, the less chances of fraying or anything like that happening. So I would recommend not going with the standard weave and either going and paying a little bit more to get either the heavy or premium weave so that you don't have to worry about needing to replace it anytime soon. It'll definitely last you in the long run so that you don't have to replace line after line. So the next HPA accessory is specific to the Polarstar Fusion engine. It's the S2 Lightning Banjo. It basically just increases the efficiency of the Fusion. It's advertised to increase it by about 25 to 90%. And so basically what it does is it works by speeding up the poppet to make it close faster and use less air. So if you're using a Polarstar Fusion engine, that's definitely an accessory to look into in order to increase air efficiency, which is kind of the name of the game with HPA. If you're getting value from this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Let me know in the comments what HPA accessory you think is the most important and most useful to your average airsofter. The next HPA accessory I would recommend would be the Gorilla FCU, which allows you to change your HPA engine settings from your phone. In addition to the settings that are available on your normal FCU, the Gorilla FCU also gives you binary, trigger ramping, tournament lock, and ammo counter, which can help avoid dry fire. This makes the Gorilla FCU a great accessory for if you want to have that competitive edge on the field, or if you're tired of going through your FCU settings on that tiny little joystick that's on the FCU. So the next essential HPA accessory would be for any engine that isn't the Fusion and isn't mechanical. So any of the single solenoid engines along with the Polarstar F2. And this accessory is the black leaf trigger board. This basically gives you a more Fusion-like experience with your single solenoid engine. Because of its shorter micro switch, it allows for an extremely small trigger travel, as well as giving you an electromechanical safety, which I know for me is a big thing because on my Polar Star Jack, my safety is pretty much gone because of my adjustable trigger that I have, even though I have the cutoff lever and safety mechanism in there. And there definitely are some times where having a safety is definitely beneficial. My next go-to accessory would be a MOLLE mounted pack for your HPA tank. While a backpack can work, having something that is MOLLE attached to your plate carrier or is buckled in to your chest rig is always nicer than having some extra straps going on your shoulders. For me, I use the Vulcan Tactical MOLLE Universal HPA tank pouch, which has served me well, and it keeps my HPA tank on my back nice and secure without it like bouncing up and down a bunch. Honestly though, you can go with any kind of pack that'll go directly onto your plate carrier, like the flat packs, or anything to keep from extra straps being on your shoulders and making you uncomfortable. Lastly would be getting a gas adapter. You could go with taps that directly go into your gas mags, but I would recommend going with an M4 or other magazine adapters, since this will give you basically the exact same ammo capacity as with an AEG. Lastly, I would make sure to have some O-rings on deck to replace as needed on your HPA tank or inside of your HPA engine. These don't last forever. If they dry out too much, they can start cracking, and if that happens, then you'll definitely be wanting to replace them rather than trying to save them with lubrication or anything. You can get these in big sets on Amazon or in a hardware store, so I would definitely buy in bulk, so you just have a large variety to choose from depending on what goes down. But make sure you stock up on these so you have one whether one dries out or it pops out of place and you lose it. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to give it a like and share it with someone who may be looking for some new HPA accessories. If you're interested on my take on HPA versus AEG, click on the video above, click on the circle of me to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.